a white guy would show up, right? And white guys go, oh, what are you here for? And they're like, usually they say, oh, my lawyer told me not to talk about my case. The white guys would come up to me, they go, Cox, see that guy over there? I'm like, yeah, he got here yesterday. Okay, go talk to him. Why? He says he's here for fraud. I don't like the look of him. And I'd be like, and so then I have to go over to the guy and I'm like, hey man, what's up? I hear you're here for fraud. And they'd be like, yeah. And I go, well, what kind of fraud? Credit card fraud. And I go, oh, okay, well, they charged you with credit card fraud? Yeah. I go, is that the name of the charge?
Not a crime.
Yeah, it's not a crime. And they go, yeah, I was charged with credit card fraud. And I go, okay. Well, what'd you do? Oh, I defrauded, credit card companies. Yeah. Well, yeah, but how did you do it? Like, did you work at the bank? Did you have access to the credit card numbers? Like, I don't understand. The white guy named Kenny King was standing right here. There were probably a couple guys behind him, but Kenny's standing there. And I go, so what did you do exactly? And he goes, and I'll never forget what he said. It's not a learning experience. And I went, oh, okay. And I go, he's a cho. And I turned around and walked off, and Kenny goes, bingo, like that. And he followed me. Kenny's like, how do you know? How'd you know so fast? I said, I've never met a fraudster that didn't want to brag to you. I went to a bank one time with fake ID to cash a check, and the manager, he just kept coming over. Well, why are you cashing the check? I tell him my explanation. He'd come back and go, why don't you deposit the check in your bank account? I give him the explanation. Like, I know everything you're going to ask. I already have the explanations. Everything I'm saying makes 100% sense. He goes in the back. He starts making phone calls this number, calls that. He knew the whole time. He knew, and I knew he knows something's wrong. He can't put his finger on it because the ID is real. The check is good. Everything good. Everybody he calls is somebody's answering the phone, giving the correct answer. Like, everything is covered. But he was adamant something was wrong. And when he finally came back and had gone through all the checks and everything, I checked all the boxes, and he counted out like $29,000 in cash, and I'm putting the money in my pockets, and I'm standing there. I get up I'm leaving. He stopped me, and the name I was using was Scott Cugno, and I remember he stopped. He goes, Mr. Cugno, and I said, yeah, what's up? And he goes, I want to let you know. He said, I feel very apprehensive about this transaction, and I go, really? Like, what is it? Exactly, and he goes, can't put my finger on it. And I go, it'll come to you. And I turn around, I bolt, like I just walk right out.
I looked through that peephole. All I saw was narcotics going across the front. I said, oh, God damn. So I'm tiptoeing to the back, like, oh, shit. Because I don't want them to hear me just running, So I tiptoe my way to the back. Now I done grabbed all these guns, the drugs. I'm throwing stuff all in my drawers, and on the couch we had the kind where you hit the thing and it lifts your legs up. So I took all the pistols and I shoved them up under there and closed it up. I had an AK-47 in the closet, what I just bought maybe a week ago from Lou. So I'm scared it's a bite on it. So they come bust on in. They bust in the house. I'm like, okay, So they like, yeah, you sitting there, you coach? Like, yes, sir. So now they searching and searching. So they done pulled out the big large trash bag. But it was empty, because I had sold everything by the time they came. But, it's still residue and stuff in the bag. So they see this and they like, hey, you got some more in here. Where the money? Where the shoe boxes? Where all the dope at? I said, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. So they find the gun, the AK. They didn't find all the other stuff I hid. So they running the gun now. I'm just sitting there just listening and waiting like, please don't say this gun got a body. Please, Lord. Please, because who I got it from, it might be one on there.
They go, you're going to South American jungle. I was like, South American jungle? Man. All right, it. So we went down there for four months and some change and doing deep jungle operations for the interdiction of illegal gold mining and drug trafficking. I didn't know that. And I was flying there, Googling this place, and it was deep jungle operations for months, doing 14-day patrols hitting gold mines every day of wrapping people up. You can't arrest them too. You got to catch and release these motherfuckers because you can't walk through the jungle with them, and they old ladies, and we would come across people, they build up whole cities, and we would blow up all their burn all their structures down and go on to the next one.
I understand. What are they doing? They're coming on to French territory and they're mining for gold.
Yep.
So you just have to go in and you just destroy their whole little makeshift village and tell them get the fuck out. Like, I mean,
just those guys with how they get in that equipment is ingenious. They're building whole huge diesel engines and stuff, but it's also they're ripping the part out of the jungle because they dig these massive mercury pits, and they how they strip the gold, however they process it. It's brutal on the environment. So the French don't like it. Also, France, if you want to mine gold down there, you better be fucking paying your piece. So they have illegal gold mining operations down there. So that's why France is like, well, this is all. We'd walk, and it doesn't even matter what time of day. We'd come across in the morning, boom, hit it, burn everything, go on to the next one.
One of the closest calls where I didn't get caught, you'd think would be when the helicopters were flying over me and the police cars were parked on every other street, but it was not. And all of a sudden I heard a teenage male voice and a mom and groceries and wrestling. And I'm like, what the is going on? So I come out of the master bedroom and I'm in a long hallway, and at the end of the long hallway to the left is the kitchen where I hear the people, and to the right is the garage door. About 5 feet in front of that is the front door to the right. But these people don't even know they're home yet. So I have to get down this long hallway to the front door to get out. And then I have to open the front, unlock it, open it, let it go beep, beep, and then run to my car, which, by the way, my car's in their driveway. So what the hell are they thinking that there's a strange car in the driveway for? I don't know what they're thinking. But anyways, I start walking down the hall, and all of a sudden the mom sees the broken glass. And she's like, whatever, starts yelling and saying, come here, to her teenage son. And as I'm walking down this hall, she's walking on one side of this column that's lining the hallways. There's columns lining the hallway, and I'm rolling around the other side of the column. She's rolling on one side, walking. I'm on the other side. And finally, I make it past her. I'm passing her like this. She's passing me like this. I dart to the front door. I open it. I start running to my car. She's coming behind me. By the time I'm like to the end of the sidewalk area, she's at the front door yelling, hey, stop. I'm calling the police. Like, ma'am, that's not what's going to get me to stop.
I get a voicemail from the attorney. Puts the phone down, but don't hang up the call. Don't hang up the phone. So the shit is still recording. And I hear him say to somebody in the background, this is Robin Hood, taken from the rich, given to the poor. So I hear this shit on my voicemail, and I'm like, he ain't supposed to do that. So I get back, they come in. I said, man, I got a problem. Let me let you hear something, man. So I play the voicemail. The private investigator put his head down. The white girl back there, she started doing it. She started writing. And my man who said it, face turned as red as this wall. And I pulled out all of my checks that I had gave them, which was $61,459.47. I said, now, where on this check, where on any of these checks do you see Robin Hood on here? See, this is my name. And he just started stuttering, and I said, look, you breached attorney-client privilege, confidentiality. I don't know who you was talking to. And I said, I want my money back. And I packed up my shit. I waited about a day or two. I called him. He didn't pick up the phone. I kept calling him. He never picked up the phone no more. I'm calling the general counsel of the firm. They never picked up the phone.
I decided to join the French Foreign Legion. It's about 1 out of 15 guys actually get selected. And it's that selection process, which is interesting because a lot of people don't know about it. You go with your bag and your passport and you just bang on this big iron gate. There's only 2 places to do it. It's on the outskirts of Paris. I gave myself like 5 days to flush my system of the weed and all this stuff. So you go with one bag, some toiletries and some other stuff and your passport. And you go knock on the door and a dude opens the slot. And he's like, oui? I'm saying, je suis ici pour la Légion. I showed up and a guy with a gun and a